The housing market has been a hot topic of much debate recently, as many people are predicting a market collapse. And on the other side, many people are saying that we're in a market boom. So who's right? Well, with fluctuations in prices and varying predictions from experts, it's essential at a minimum to understand the current state of the market and where it might be headed. So I'm going to do a comprehensive update on the housing market and some predictions based on recent data. Now, please keep in mind that every second Friday, I do a free real estate dive on the Market Pulse podcast. So make sure to like and subscribe to never miss this, as I do a full hour on that topic. Plus, I like to see your like and subscribes. It's a way that you say thanks, and it means a lot to me. All right, so now let's dive in. The housing market has been a focal point of discussion, especially with the recent fluctuations in home prices. Observing the trends month over month, there is a noticeable decline in home prices, attributed mainly to seasonality and the dip in demand. Yet, when I look into the year-over-year statistics, the feared housing market crash seems to be a myth. In September, the median sale price of a home was pegged at $411,000. While this decline was in line with some predictions, it's noteworthy that several renowned institutions missed the mark on their forecasts. A broader perspective offered by a 5-year chart further dispels the crash myth, showing that home prices, rather than plummeting, have actually ascended by 2% compared from the previous year. Now, furthermore, data from the pre-pandemic era underscores a significant surge in home prices, ranging between 30 to 40%. It's also crucial, however, to differentiate between median home prices, which might reflect a dip in specific areas, and the national average that provides a more holistic view of the market. Now, the latter suggests that the market is in its entirety is far from crashing. To add to this point on why the housing market is not crashing, we have to look at current state of housing inventory. Now, the housing inventory in the US has seen some intriguing shifts recently. As of now, the listings sit at about 1.5 million homes available for sale. However, when compared to the previous month, there is a slight contraction in this number. An even more pronounced change is evident when you analyze the year-over-year data, revealing a 15.8% decline in the number of homes up for grabs. This significant drop underscores the fact that there are fewer sellers venturing into the market at this time. Now, as for individuals who have been anticipating a housing market crash, the current scenario might be a bit disheartening. A genuine market crash could necessitate a surge in sellers, a phenomenon we're not witnessing currently. Now, while it's true that the demand side of the equation is experiencing some constraints, primarily due to escalating mortgage interest rates and the challenge of home affordability, the supply side is not overflowing either, with fewer sellers in the fray, and the market dynamics are achieving kind of this sort of equilibrium. Now, these counteracting forces, diminished demand and reduced supply, are effectively neutralizing each other, warding off potential for a full-blown market crash. And when we talk about the housing market, we have to talk about mortgage interest rates. As we look closely into the mortgage interest rates over the past decade, a revealing insight into the housing market dynamic comes to the surface. A glance at the 10-year chart for the average 30-year fixed mortgage interest rate unveils that before the pandemic struck, rates were hovering around 4%. However, as the pandemic grip tightened, these rates experienced a dip, reaching as low as 3%. And in the current scenario, they have climbed and now are sitting at around 8%. A significant influencer behind these rate fluctuations has been the actions of the Federal Reserve. Their intentions and policy decisions have had a ripple effect on the market, pushing home affordability to its lowest in recent times. And another crucial factor to consider is the relationship between the 30-year fixed mortgage interest rate and the 10-year Treasury yield. And at present, the 10-year yield just sits shy of 5%. Even in a hypothetical situation where it drops to 3%, a 30-year fixed rate would likely settle between 5 and 6%. And when it comes to forecasting the housing market's trajectory, big financial players like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley are projecting an uptick in home prices. When we take another examination or a closer examination of the market, the data shows prevailing trends suggest a very different narrative. Factors such as seasonality and dwindling consumer base and escalating interest rates hint at a potential downward trend in home prices. The Federal Reserve's future actions will undoubtedly cast a long shadow over the housing market's fate. Should they decide to slash the Fed's fund interest rate and revert purchasing government bonds, the market could witness a dramatic surge in home prices. Such moves could significantly alter the landscape, potentially leading to skyrocketing home prices in the foreseeable future. The housing market is complex, with various factors influencing its direction. While there might be challenges ahead, a complete crash seems unlikely based on current data. It's essential to stay informed and make decisions based on comprehensive research and understanding, and you can stay informed right here with the Market Pulse. So hit that subscribe, like button so that you can stay updated on my videos, and thanks for showing up.